So I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. I wanted to come on, and this is a video I said I was going to put up probably a couple of days ago, um, as stories were breaking about young Pharaoh. He was in police custody because he violated an order, a judge order, and the judge. Some people are saying he had on an ankle bracelet. I don't know. I don't know if that person. Jamel is kind of a comedian. Sometimes he says things that are just for entertainment purposes. So I don't really know if he had on an ankle bracelet or not. But yeah, a couple people were saying that he had the bracelets on and he slipped out of the bracelet. And some people were saying he was just held because he didn't have the bail to get out. Now, you guys remember young Pharaoh, he kind of, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't want to put any name on it because it's all allegedly anything that I'm saying. Um, but he started to face a lot of legal trouble with not only his children's mother. That played out late last year. Then there was a young lady that was in a hot tub or something at his house. If you guys remember that, that was around the end of the year as well, I think, or maybe January. Um, then there was talk of a security person who was acting as security for him or working as security for him, who also had issues with him. And then some other things that probably were just out there. Um, so yeah, because some people are reporting, well, he don't have any money. Well, you guys have to realize he has all these other cases going as well, and so he probably is. Even if he whatever he has, he's going to use quite a bit of it trying to deal with all of these cases. Now, I don't know about the ankle bracelet. I'm going to have to confirm that before I start even getting on that because he will get in trouble if he takes that bracelet off. You're supposed to keep that on as they are monitoring where you are at all times. And with with Golden Beauty saying something about someone shooting at her apartment, there was a fight. It was recorded. Well, not the actual fight, but the aftermath. You know, and I also hear some people trying to accuse her of being the reason for all this, and she's not. I think that she became, I don't want to call her a victim because she doesn't want to be called that. I think that she just became that person that he was there for him to take a lot of the stuff out on that he was going through. I personally think all of this is stemming from what happened with that Republican um, speaking engagement. That's my opinion. I don't know. There could be some other health issues that have been going on long before I ever knew of a young Pharaoh. But like I said in the very beginning, when I started talking about young Pharaoh in these videos, that he seems very different than the person that I started watching. And I wasn't, faithfully watching him all the time, but I watched enough of his discussion to get a feel for his personality. At least I thought I was anyway. And she was always there, a part of that. And so from when I started watching him, I don't know if he met her before or after he came to YouTube. I don't know, and I'm not certainly not saying that because there is yet another child's mother that's out here, and I just saw a video from her, and she had some things to say to him last year, and I know he's been going live cursing them out, both of them, both mothers, calling them out of their name, and so I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm gonna play a little bit of what was happening in the courtroom. I guess this was televised or something. Maybe in Houston, certain judges, their court cases are recorded. I don't know how this got out here, but I'm gonna let you guys hear a little bit of it. But he is released. He At first I didn't see videos for several days, and now there's some videos that are up now. So he is back home. Um, yeah, I'll just play the court really quick, and then I'll come back.
It looks like Ms. Tiffany Hill, you hired her to represent you. She has filed a motion to withdraw. Were you aware of this, sir?
Yeah, I believe so. My issue was I couldn't afford the price that she wanted me to hire her at. I believe it was $7,500. I couldn't afford it.
You're before the court to address initially It looks like Ms. Tiffany Hill, you hired her to represent you. She has filed a motion to withdraw. Were you aware of this, sir?
Yeah, I believe so. My issue was I couldn't afford.
Situation is what poses the hardship. Would you like to apply for an appointed attorney to see if you qualify?
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, so quite a few people were making videos on the fact that he was saying that he could not afford an attorney, and I think a public defender was appointed to him. Like I said, he has all that other stuff going on, and to my understanding, those people were very serious about charging, um, whatever against him. And so when you have all that stuff going, you have to pick which one you really need that lawyer from, which case, right? And I think I don't know if I believe there's charges against him with Golden, domestic violence or assault or something. Um, and to my understanding, someone is reporting that her parents also came to YouTube and kind of had a few things to say. I don't know who they interviewed with or if they were on her platform. I haven't watched that discussion, but I am curious to hear what they have to say about all of that because there was a lot going on, and she eventually just had to pick up and move from Texas. Mind you, she moved to Texas with him from another area, so they then moved to Texas together. And then she had to pick up and move because someone shot at her apartment, and so. Um, it was just a lot going on. And so I do not blame her for the position that he is in. He is ultimately responsible for his own whatever, even if he do not want to take responsibility, accountability for what's going on. He is responsible for all of the stuff going on because, if the relationship is not working, there are ways to end a relationship. And you cannot force people to stay in a situation they don't feel comfortable in, just like no one can enforce him to stay in a situation that he's not happy in. And so there's just a better way to leave a situation than to do all of this stuff. And there's a clip of him going in on Golden that's out there where he's accusing her of, using him and all kind of stuff and saying that he only put his hands on her to stop her from going off in his house. Like he's claiming that had already moved out, and then she came back to the house wanting to fight whoever. And if you guys remember the story, he's claiming that she tried to fight whoever the girl was that was there, and then he started fighting her. Or he claims he just pulled her by her hair and threw her out. He did not hit her. That's what he says. Now, I don't know. I don't know if that is the case or if it's the other case with the girl that was in the jacuzzi, or if it's something else that's going on. But for him to have this much stuff going on, yeah, people should expect him not to have money. And people need to understand that he's not on the channel that he built up. He had a channel where he had about 200 to 300,000 subscribers. This is not that channel, right? This is not that channel. He's starting over. He's at right now in a position like I am, even though he still has way more channels and he also has a website. I'm not really sure what's going on that website because you can't flip flop in and out of all of these different you can't say one thing and then expect people to still respect you a certain way when you're then now saying, no, I don't feel like that. You're cursing out black women. You're saying you hate black people. You're saying all this stuff, but then you want people to come over to this website and spend money, obviously, to pick up these courses. Now, people who are not familiar with him, like if you're just now finding out who young Pharaoh is, he may get you to do that, right? He may be able to get people who are not familiar with him and all this stuff that's going on. It's kind of like the Tommy Sotomayor thing, right? If you're not familiar with Tommy, then you don't know all the stuff that he has going on out here, all the stuff that he's been involved in for many years, where black women and black people in general are concerned. And so you may fall into believing some of the stuff, the nonsense that he may put out here. And, it's the same thing with young Pharaoh. If you're not familiar, then you may think that going to his at school is something to do. But if you're somebody who likes the conversations that he's holding, and then it's so, I don't really know what he stands for at this point. He's kind of all over the place. He's talking about he was an alien, or he was abducted by aliens, or something to that effect. He's saying somebody slipped him drugs and that's how he lost it. I don't know. I don't know where he really stands um, with this university, and what, honestly, he could be over there informing anything about anybody about anything, because like I said, at first, when I first was discovering him, he was talking about history, right? And so um, he was talking from a very different point of view than he is talking now. Like I said, every time I see him, he's saying he's the richest person in the world. He was abducted by aliens. He hates women, just all kind of stuff. So I don't know what to think and what other people might be thinking. And so I don't know if his website is doing anything. His channel, like I said, is kind of at the level of mine, right? Like, I just came to YouTube as a YouTuber. But he was on YouTube for several years, and it's very hard. That's why I said, don't let anybody fool you guys into thinking you're going to build that type of platform that soon, unless you're in a certain sector. I'm not saying certain sectors don't grow really fast, because I think very young people do well on here, and the family blogs do well on here, because um, kids are looking for videos like that, people doing pranks and stuff like that. So you can have an audience from very young to into adults, right? I think when you start talking and you're just giving your opinions on things, or you're discussing issues, it's a different demographic, obviously. And so, and even at that time, like, young Pharaoh was really young when he first came to YouTube. And so I think people were impressed with that, the fact that he was that young and well spoken, right? I can even say for myself, regardless if I believed in the things that he was talking about or not, he was well spoken, and it was it was just an more intelligent conversation. I don't know what's going on with him right now. I honestly don't. I can honestly say that I don't, and I don't wish him any ill will at all, because I don't have any issues with him. I don't know him personally, so I'm not looking at him from a personal angle. Some people don't like him. Obviously he had run-ins with other YouTubers over the years, and so it's a lot of that's going on, and people saying things just because they don't like him for whatever reason. So it's a lot of that as well. But clearly he is going through some cases right now. It's not just something to say that these things are real. I believe the girl in the hot tub, because remember, he threatened her. He came back on and threatened her. I don't know if he ever fixed that issue with her or not. Um, right? Some of this stuff, it seemed like he should have been able to apologize his way out of. Golden seems as if she's still very supportive of him, regardless of all the things that they've been through. And obviously she is the mother of his children. So, she still wants to see him do well, and that would make sense, right? Because they have kids to raise. Um, so I don't know. And I do agree with her. She went live because every time anything happens to young Pharaoh, everyone goes to Golden, even though they're no longer together, and she's no longer in Texas. There's not a whole lot she can run and do for him. But she was saying that she just don't want them to put him into a hospital or whatever, because and this is all allegedly, this is our opinion. People who will go on some of these medications, they will never come back the same. So she was just kind of talking about that, her concerns for him and his health. Um, she can't force him to do anything. He has to make these decisions on his own. And that was kind of why I was trying to suggest to him as well to kind of go into like a web series, but I don't like, if he's like having all these explosions with people that are around him, then that's probably not going to work out well. Because as you can see, he broke up with Martina, the girlfriend, even before the end of February could hit, right? Because the video was only supposed to stay up until February 28th, but it was taken down even before. And I think I sounds like it was probably a money issue. And that's what I was saying. Like, why would people go on to someone else's OnlyFans and allow that person to make money off of them? You have to really trust that person to really give you whatever it is or a piece of whatever it is that they're earning, right? You have to do that with somebody that you trust, or you have to have something in writing. With that being his girlfriend, he may have just wanted to do that because she was asking him to do it. And so I don't know. I don't know how that worked out. And maybe he was trying to see if he can get the money from her to help him out with the legal expenses. I know before he would just ask people coming to his channels if they could help him, or he would start a GoFundMe or whatever. But I think some people started to feel like, maybe that was just a way to get money, another way of getting money. So I don't know. And like I said, because his pages was the big page was um, deleted, and I don't know if people are still reporting him or what to YouTube, but he might end up losing the other channels because he has so many different. It's hard to really keep up with his real channel because sometimes you'll think you're gonna click on a young Pharaoh video and it's actually someone else talking about him. But let me know what you guys think about that whole situation in the comments. Like I said, I felt like he should try to go the web series route because maybe breaking down some of this stuff and explaining it and have people watch you from that level or on that level might help your situation. But when you have people coming in, I guess that are supposedly working with you, and then you're screaming and hollering and hitting them, then I guess that's just not going to happen. He may need to get the help that he needs. He may need to just come to that realization on his own and and get the help that he needs so he can function um, in his day to day. Because I would hate to see him lose, the things that he had worked for. Like I said, I don't have anything against him. There's no reason for me to have anything against him. I don't know him personally. I don't go around bullying people and picking on people for no reason. That's not what I do. So, I'm not a part of all of that, nor do I choose to be. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments about this situation, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna go live again because, like I said, I don't know what's going on with my upload. It's hard for me to upload my videos right now. I got a couple more videos that I want to put up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.